Tiffany, Franco, and Ronald Smith have an unstable, toxic marriage. Even before the final episode of 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After. Season 6, before the tell-all, things were bad. At the tell-all, Ronald accuses Tiffany of cheating on him with a member of the show's camera crew. Now, Tiffany is nipping that in the bud by explaining WTF Ronald is talking about before the tell-all airs. In the sneak peek for the Season 6 tell-all special, Ronald has a lot to say about his wife. He accuses her of wanting to spend more time with the F-King cameraman at the hotel than with him. His words, not ours. Given how things went during Tiffany's trip to South Africa, that's not hard to understand. Ronald's impulse buying and unwillingness to change poop diapers was bad enough. His angry outbursts whenever Tiffany would try to talk about things that needed to change. That made it so much worse. During the teaser, Ronald said something along the lines of "Argue with me, Tiffany." It's unclear if he was challenging Tiffany to tell him that he is wrong. It is also entirely possible that he said "Don't argue with me," and editing trimmed that down. Tiffany is shown in the trailer brushing off Ronald's accusation. She says that Ronald was jealous and that she can't help that. But we don't exactly get a lot of detail. Ronald is heard threatening to expose Tiffany, or seemingly making that threat. When the teaser was first released, many assumed that he was referring to paperwork accusations. But instead of accusing her of dragging her heels on seeking the marital visa, this might be about the cameraman. Tiffany opened up to In Touch Weekly to explain where Ronald is coming from. Ronald was just jealous, she began. But, Tiffany continued, it was because the cameraman and I were friendly. He had filmed with me many times back in America, Tiffany shared. And, she continued, the cameraman actually flew in the plane with me to South Africa. Tiffany explained, so the kids knew him, and I knew him. We have the same sense of humor, Tiffany shared. So, she added, we got along really well. But getting along with someone with whom you work is not the same thing and boning them. There was nothing romantic at all, Tiffany affirmed. He is a happily married man, and I am a married woman, she clarified. Unfortunately, this friendship seemed to draw out the worst of her husband. Ronald was just jealous because he would often see me joking with the cameraman, Tiffany recalled. And, she continued, Ronald would come to my side and say, why did you stay there with all the camera people, joking around instead of being with me? Tiffany added, and I told him, sorry, I didn't realize I was doing that, I just got carried away in conversation. And then when we had a huge blowout fight, obviously a cameraman had to follow, Tiffany described. Unfortunately, the cameraman who was behind me was the one that I had filmed with many times, she added. This made a bad situation worse, or rather, Ronald's insecurities made this bad situation worse. So when Ronald came back to me to tell me to get in the car after our argument, Tiffany wrote, she shared that he got even more furious because I was trying to laugh it off with the camera guy. Tiffany expressed, I was very embarrassed about our argument. So that explains why Ronald so angrily accused her of laughing and then of smiling. It's weird to try to police anyone's facial expressions. This at least explains why he was being so weird, but of course does not excuse it. We're not marriage counselors, though we might at least be better at it than Pastor Paul's awful sexist advice. But if Ronald sees his wife enjoying talking to someone who isn't him, maybe he could be pleasant to talk to. That sort of beats the alternative. Has blowing up angrily and being intensely defensive worked out well for him so far?